Hey everyone, I'm Bill. I'm with Cali Moto TV. Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to the 2020 Ducati Multistrada 1260 Enduro. And I have to say goodbye to the Enduro. This is our final ride together. We're out here at Lake Berryessa. We are at the Poudre Creek Dam. And just, well, since we're at the dam, damn this bike. I will tell you guys, after today, I've started to fall in love with the bike a little bit more, and let me tell you why. And not that I didn't really love the bike anyways, but here's the thing. I kind of was skeptical on getting on the bike. I had the bike with 2 weeks for Ducati. First of all, Ducati North America, thank you so much for giving me this bike for 2 weeks. You have changed my mind about the Multistrada, and you've also changed my mind a little bit today about the Enduro. We've been out on the back roads and the trails and stuff, and I didn't expect what we got out of this bike today. And so we're going to be doing a final ride. I'm going to tell you what I love about the bike and what I don't really love about the bike on the ride back home through Berryessa. But let's take one final look at this thing. A little bit dirty, so I apologize, Ducati. Don't worry, I'll get you guys cleaned up beforehand. But this bike has just been a blast to ride. Power, it's got it. Torque, it's got it. These modes, the suspension, it's got it. The bags are nice, not necessarily needed, but for what we were doing today. But it just, and surprising enough, these tires did surprisingly well out on the trail roads. Like surprisingly well, like a lot better than I expected. I got to give the love to the DVT system. The Ducati variable timing is an absolutely great system on these 1260s. I really love it. So let's get on this thing and let's head over to, we're gonna end at Turtle Rock. So let's get on this thing and let's do our final ride. All right guys, well we're out here at Lake Berryessa and we are on our final ride. So we're gonna switch this mode from Enduro, because we were just out in Enduro land, to sport mode. And I lost Carrie. Well guys, we have to say goodbye. Oh, there's Carrie. Sorry, I just see Carrie pop out from behind the guardrail. This is not encouraged in any way, but so final ride guys. Let me tell you, I've had the Enduro for about a week and a half now. We've been able to get out on 2-up rides. We've been able to get out on solo ride, which I got this thing moving pretty well. And then Carrie today was nice enough to take me on the back roads. Basically, we were on the other side of that mountain. We came over that mountain back there. So we came up over the mountain and just stopped there at Poudre Creek. And that's it. Here we are. So I wanted to kind of go over a final, ride with you guys and let you know kind of some of the things that I loved about the bike, some of the things I not really love around the bike. The ergonomics, the riding position, and everything, it's very nice. It's very nice. I've gotten in the comfort zone of it, but it is it's good. It's good. I won't say it's bad at all, but I think there could be some improvements. I think some of the little bits are vibration and whatnot, but it's also me being on, a twin opposed to something like my triple or the 4-cylinders that I'm used to, that they're very smooth. Up here in the instrument cluster, and the bars are nice. They're comfortable. Basically all of the options on the bars: the heated hand grips, high beams, hazard lights, fog lights if you equip them, the suspension height adjustment, mode adjustments, all nice. Let me tell you one thing I dislike about the whole system is at night, you can see it kind of lights up at night, but it doesn't light up what the modes are. So the problem that we have is we can see where the buttons are, but we don't know what the buttons are. So we've got to, in memory, remember that that's a mode button, and that's the cruise control button, and that's the on and off button. So, so a little dislike. One of the things on this side with switching from the modes and the suspension height, one of the things that I will dislike just a tad is I do like the changeability of my suspension settings when I'm in modes. And I generally would be in a sport mode, and on these back roads I really want to be, you know, kind of full throttle, full power kind of deal. But when I get out on the highway, I want to be able to just switch that down to kind of the touring style, but still have the sport mode. You can't change while you're riding the suspension hardness or softness while you're riding like I can on the Tiger. So it's probably my only downfall on the suspension is the changeability on the fly. But outside that, the suspension is flawless. It works so perfect together. Going from sport to, which I would say out of a 10, you know, on these back roads, when I'm really jamming, I would give it a 5 or 6. But I'll give this thing an 8 or a 9, damn near a 10. With the Enduro up on the mountains, I was absolutely surprised on how well this thing has done out on the mountain roads and the bumps. Now, for you guys that know the area there at Poodle Creek, if we continue to go left or straight on this road past the dam, I threw this thing in Enduro mode, and it was one of the best roads that I've ever been on back here in the Lake Berryessa area. So the suspension is great. The changeability, not so much. I don't necessarily need to change the Ducati wheelie control or the traction control or the brakes or the ABS or anything like that. I don't need to change any of that. I just want to be able to go, all right, I'm in sport mode now and I'm on the freeway and I want to just go to a touring mode, and I know I can set it up that way, but I can't just change the one thing on the fly. So that's my only gripe. TFT display, I absolutely love. I love how it's laid out. It's grown on me, the size of it. I will tell you, as you guys see, I'm in the dark mode or the night mode. I really love the night mode. I just left it on night mode basically the whole time I've had the bike. It has an auto mode, which right now in the sun would be white back with the black numbers, and I really like the black back, the low contrast with the white numbers. I just like the way that this looks, so really, really nice. Some of the real quick accessories, this has been nice to have. Thank you. I've got my phone in there, my wallet in there. Nice to be able to throw everything right in there and not have to dig through the pouch, and it's a very nice area. 12 volt up here, so we've got a nice 12 volt charger with the small prawn plug, but underneath the back passenger seat there is a USB charger and another one of these, so that's kind of nice. You can throw a USB charger out of this thing and get your phone charged up. The windscreen, I would have preferred a little larger windscreen. We're all the way up and we're all the way down now. A lot of wind noise, so we're going to pull this thing up. I would have liked it up just a tad higher and maybe a little bit wider, and maybe power. My Triumph Tiger has a power windscreen, but that thing's ginormous. It's a whole it's a whole big rig, so windshield. So screen, love and hate. I don't mind the pulling up, but I do wish that it was a tad larger. The larger windscreens are available with Ducati accessories, so if you're building this, my personal would be I would build it with a slightly larger windscreen. Mirrors have been great. Positioning for the mirrors, very, very nice. So again, the writing, the ergonomics, just sitting here, very nice, very comfortable. The only gripe I will have with the rear sets and the foot pegs is the shifter is in such a weird position that today I have my dirt boots on and it's very hard to get underneath the shifter, and I have to kind of toe my toe in and kind of go in to get it shifted. It's kind of like this. So not very shifter friendly, but I will say the brake's in a nice position, and we are able to switch that brake lever up and down. So when we're standing, I can cover that brake and have my foot kind of at a horizontal position instead of having it in a down position. So that's very nice. The rear seat for Bogna, you guys have seen the 2-up ride with Bogna. She enjoyed the back. She kind of got used to it. She did like the rear case. So if you guys are going to be doing 2-ups on the Multistrada, I would definitely recommend looking at the rear case option. The side case options are nice, but I find on the Tiger that I don't use them that much. And today I did use them, but if I would have had a rear case, I would have preferred just one solo rear case, especially on the trail ride. These side cases can really get you in some trouble on the narrow road. So I would probably opt for the back rear case opposed to the side cases personally. Let's talk about the quick shifter while we're down at the rear sets, or back to the rear sets. I'm 50-50 on it. It's a 50-50 love and hate, because 50% of the time the thing is just smooth and flawless, and 50% of the time it's clunky and I can't get it into gear and it kind of skips around. It may be partly my fault because I don't think that I'm getting my toe under there shifting it hard enough, but when I get it going, yeah, I talk about quick shifters all the time, and I tell you guys how much I love and how much I hate quick shifters. Ducati quick shifters fall in the top of my category. So I think it's just more of the shift position down here. Tires on this thing, I've been pleasantly surprised. We've done some solo kind of good twisties, but today off-road, these tires surprised me more than expected, because I really expected, I didn't expect much out of these tires, and Kerry in front of me, he's got big knobbies, and he let me ride his bike up and down the hill a couple times, which, by the way, that thing's no traction control, no ABS. It's like a flippin' ice skate compared to this thing. I would have taken this bike over his Ducati or his KTM any day, personally, as a beginner rider. For him, he's experienced on that thing, so he knows that thing. But it's kind of like riding a BMW S1000 RR and my 07 GSX-R 1000. No traction control, no ABS. It's all rider. But being a noob on the mountain, on the trails, this bike performed amazing, and the tires and just everything about it. So props on the tires. And the wheels, they felt good. Suspension up there, I bottomed out a couple times. There's a couple times I thought, I gotta really inspect these wheels, because I really thought I bent the wheels a couple times. I hit a couple rocks pretty hard, but man, it held up well. So let's get into the motor, you guys. This motor is absolutely incredible. Let's talk about the big elephant in the room and the amazing DVT system that Ducati has put on this. The Ducati variable timing system is perfect. I loved it. Here in fourth, at 4,000 RPMs, I got a good, nice big torque up into the power, into the horsepower, and those variable timing allows that to happen. And then what's nice is, as I get up into the horsepower, that variable timing continues to work and keeps my horsepower nice and smooth. So talk about a nice smooth torque curve and a nice smooth power curve. Fourth gear, it's just so smooth, and there's not a big dip, and there's just, it's a, obviously there I should have probably been in third, but there was a lot of times today out on the trail, this again, this system surprised me more than expected on the trail, because I was riding up some hills in second gear, and I would really get that kind of, and traction control worked great, and it just took me up the hill. A great torque curve, great horsepower. Now, of course, we're in the big twin, So I'm a big downer, unfortunately, on the vibration of the bike. I like my Tiger. It's nice and smooth. I'm not really used to the big vibration bikes. I do have the R9T, which is obviously the horizontal twin, a whole different, or the crossplane twin, but it's a whole different animal. But this thing's vibrations are a little more than my liking. But the sound of this thing, yes, I love it. I love it. It's been a joy to ride, and I've really had a great time on this thing. And I got to give a huge props and shout out to Ducati North America. This is one of their press bikes, and they've seen some of our videos on Cali Moto TV. And Alex let me come out and steal this thing. I hope the relationship stays strong. I hope that we're able to get on some more bikes. So Ducati North America, thank you so much for allowing me the opportunity, the little guy, to get out here and be on one of your $25,000 motorcycles. Because let's face it, it's not easy just handing the keys over and letting somebody take your bike for 2 weeks and hope that it comes back in one piece. So don't worry, Ducati. I've got a nice spa treatment for this thing before it comes back. I'm going to get this thing nice and cleaned up and return this thing back nice and spick and span clean for those guys. But it's been a joy. I've really enjoyed it, and I hope you guys have enjoyed the content that we've put out. I know there's been a little bit, but we wanted to really give you guys a full spectrum of what this bike's abilities is as an enduro, because a lot of people would think the enduro, where it needs to be in is that valley, the off-road, the long, the long areas. But this enduro's done very well in basically all aspects of the week and a half that we've had. So I'm gonna give it a big thumbs up, and I like it. I enjoy it. So we're gonna get up here to Turtle Rock. We're gonna grab a bite to eat because we are starving, absolutely starving, and we are parched because I failed. Apparently it is the person that is not hosting the rides job to bring the drinks, and I forgot the water. So we are parched. But here we are. Let's do one final look at this thing, guys. Here it is. The Ducati Multistrada Enduro, the 1260. Yes, absolutely wonderful. And there it is, guys. And again, Ducati, thank you guys so much for letting me steal this thing. But here we are. It's time for some lunch.
Yes, sir.
Heck yeah. So thank you guys. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, and we're going to make a playlist of all of the Ducati stuff, so make sure you go back through. And if you guys are considering buying a Multistrada and you guys have a few hours to watch all of the content, hopefully I covered everything that you guys need. So make sure you bring that bell notification, because hopefully Ducati will give me a call and tell me that there's another bike that they want me to have for a couple weeks. I sure hope so. And give me a thumbs up. They're more important than you guys know. But thank you guys so much, and we'll see you next video. Bye, guys.